Hello, so Playlist Supplier have updated their interface and it looks much cleaner and much easier to use than previous interfaces. I don't think the previous one was that bad. I did struggle a bit navigating around. This is much simpler and much cleaner. So basically it's a very simple interface in that you can type in a genre or a song. You can do a keyword search if you're in Spotify. So keyword meaning genre, mood, activity. You can do similar artist search. Let's actually start with the similar artist search. So this is a really good way to select a artist that you like, that you think sounds like you, or a number of artists that you think sound like you, and do some research. So for example, let's go ahead and type in Bloody, which is a similar artist to me, and I'm going to click on search. And as it's thinking there, it's just bringing up all of the results. So there we have it. So what you can do now is sort by email, links, social. Let's sort by socials here. And as you can see, we've got quite a few Instagram contacts, and it's quite easy there just to contact these people. And in fact, sometimes social media contacts are more personable and probably better than actually emailing a bunch of people. Now, this new interface is really easy to use. So basically what you can do here is you can look at the details of any of these playlists by clicking on this little arrow here. You can double click on it and see the actual playlist in question. And the other thing you can do is vet the playlist. So let's vet this first playlist. This will take a credit. So every playlist that you vet will take 1 credit. All it's doing is checking the health of that playlist. So this is a 100% powerhouse. That sounds like a great playlist, actually. So the higher the score, the better it is. You can actually vet multiple playlists. So for example, you can select multiple by just clicking on them. So it goes a lighter green color. So we're selecting quite a few. Click schedule playlist vet, and it will basically be doing it in the background. So you can do other stuff at the same time. And then all of the playlists that you've selected, maybe we'll select a few more here. You can add them to your playlist database. So let's just do that now. And the reason you'd want to do that, okay, so 2 already saved, 8 already in the database. So the reason you want to do something like this, whenever you do a search, it refreshes the screen and you may lose the playlists that have come up. So you want to save the ones that you think are right for you, do a bit of research and check that the playlists are correct. And then when you go into my playlist DB, you can actually see all of the playlists that you have selected there. You can update the playlist there. You can even delete some of them as well. Included are YouTube playlists, which I did before. So you can do searches for YouTube playlists here and save them to your database as well. And previously we did a search. We'll just explain to you what those scores mean. And in fact, there's a little help thing here that tells you what the score means. This score shows how many artists feature in their discovered on section. So the more artists feature the playlist in their discovered on section, the higher the score is. So this is a really good indicator of quality of a playlist. In addition to that, you can also see the history there. So let's just take a quick look at that. You can see the last updated date. You can see how this playlist has grown over time as well. So that's super cool. And then in addition, you will have email addresses. We'll talk about email addresses in a second and other information like socials and other links. So going back to search tool, we can now do a keyword search and say search by genre. So we can search by lo-fi or sad. Not that it's representing my personality, but that's the first thing that came to mind. So we'll search for those. And you can see as it's searching away, it's populating this list more and more. And you'll see email addresses. So for example, you may want to sort by email address here by clicking at the top there. And you have a bunch of email addresses that you can use. You can once again save all of these. If you want to say email these curators, you can just click on CSV, or you can copy them, or you can click Excel or PDF, and that will appear. So let's click on CSV here. We'll just open the CSV and you'll see here the information is all here, including email addresses, right? This is CSV format, so it might look a bit funky, but if you open it in Excel or PDF, it will look much cleaner. Or you can do a copy. So let's just do a copy as well. This is just basically copying to clipboard. We'll just put that in here. Super cool, super useful, really easy to use interface. You go in and have a look at the playlist itself. Double click on this, you can actually see the playlist as well. So that's useful information. And you can also see the information or the description of the playlist once you double click. Let's have a look at another feature which we talked about before, which was YouTube. So say we want to look at the weekend again on YouTube, look at all their playlists. It's exactly the same thing. You do a search and all the playlists come up, including the email addresses of people that you may want to contact. And of course, you have the same functions, a copy, CSV, Excel. And what's really useful is, for example, this is a YouTube playlist. So this is not just about promoting your song on a Spotify playlist. This is also that extra bit of marketing. So let's just quickly go on to BotCheck. We're going to check to see the health of this playlist. So let's click on check. There are 23 unique artists found. Let's finish it up. Health score 0. So what that means is 0 out of 23 artists have their playlist on Discovered On section. This doesn't mean it's a botted playlist, but it's something for you to think about, right? There might be something that you may want to have a look at in a bit more detail. This one here says dead bot risk. 0 or 1 to 9% organic traffic, and anything above 10% is powerhouse. I'll put a link into the description so you can read more of this information yourself. So if we go into the report section, we'll see the vetted health check that we did a bit earlier. So let's go and have a look at that. And you can see here the health scores have come up. So a few have come up with zeros, one with 22, which isn't bad, another one with 100. So let's talk about credits. Every time you click a search, you use a credit. And as you can see, I've used a few credits just demonstrating this to you at the moment. So the thing is, with this type of research, you may want to use, say, 30 or 50 credits to do a marketing campaign. So 30 credits will be $10 American, and for 19 you get 100 credit. And in terms of pricing, you have these options here. So you have an option which starts at $20, and at $30 you get 30 credits, and you get 50 credits at $50 a month. And obviously you can buy more, and the annual deal is saving you 33%. What do you think? Have you found it useful? Have you been using it? If you've got any questions, put those in the comments and I'll be really happy to answer. Thanks a lot, and speak to you guys next time.